Minister, a catastrophic crisis is unfolding in our meat factories. Last week, 40% of all new COVID-19 cases in the entire country were amongst meat workers. That crisis was preventable, but the state agencies and the ministers responsible were, in my opinion, asleep at the wheel. Minister, do you agree that it's utterly scandalous that there were zero on-site health and safety authority inspections in relation to coronavirus until Monday, the 18th of May? That's more than 2 months after the pandemic really hit Ireland. There were zero inspections on-site, despite the fact that there were close to 300 complaints. Do you agree that it is inexplicable why the minister responsible for the HSE and the WRC, Minister Humphreys, would say last Thursday, that's last Thursday, that she didn't know how many meat factories had been inspected at that point in time, and that she didn't need to know how many meat factories had been inspected, considering that we were having a special session or special debate in the Dáil to debate this catastrophic crisis, and she didn't have any figures and didn't think that she needed to. Do you agree that it's outrageous that the Minister for Agriculture dismissed concerns being raised almost a month ago in relation to meat factories as an attempt to smear the meat factory owners? And therefore, do you agree that we need urgent inspections of meat factories? There's a huge problem in that there's only 67 HSE field inspectors allocated to dealing with the coronavirus-related issues. So where are the extra needed inspectors going to come from, and when are they going to come? I do have a second question to come back, so thanks.
Commentary in relation to my colleagues as your views, but to answer the substantive question in relation to the 67, because I think this is an important issue. You're right, I mean 67 wouldn't be an adequate number in terms of the volume of work that we need the HSE to do. So I am pleased to let you know that my department is going to provide around 200 environmental health officers to supplement their work. So we're going to basically make sure that they work with the HSE in terms of incorporating compliance with the protocol in their usual programmed inspection activities. So the Environmental Health Service is, among other things, responsible for enforcing food legislation, hence the relationship with food businesses. And I think, for example, there's about 45,000 food businesses in the country that fall into that category. Further consideration is also underway with regard to an appropriate public health support to the HSE as well. So we have now significantly ramped up, if you like, the number of people working in relation to making sure the implementation of the protocol. I do believe on-site inspections of meat factories is very important from a public health point of view. I genuinely do believe that. I'm pleased that that is now happening. I'm also pleased that there is a national outbreak control team. I've spoken to the clinician who leads that team. I'm also pleased to see that now between 55 and 60% of people in meat factories who have had COVID-19 have recovered and returned to work, and I look forward to that number increasing further.
Thanks, Minister. If I could just ask, and I thank you for that answer, just ask you to clarify, of those 200 people who are being allocated from the Department of Health, are they all going into on-site field inspections, or if not, how many of them? Because I think that's absolutely crucial. It was reported previously on the 19th of May in the Irish Examiner that the Department of Business had assured people that the HSE was getting additional inspectors from the WRC to inspect workplaces. I don't know if that still is the case or still is the plan. I've seen internal emails which show that the management at WRC are not planning to redeploy any site inspectors to the HSE. Because of COVID-19, they've actually suspended all on-site inspections for their regular work, and instead they're phoning and emailing employers about employment disputes. So they're not, I don't know if the government is counting on that, but certainly internally at the moment, they're saying that they're not. Thanks.
The 200 environmental health officers, those inspectors, if you like, will all be carrying out on-the-ground inspection activities. Now, they will be doing it as part of their usual programmed inspection, so environmental health officers already do that. And what we're doing is basically saying, well, look, you already have a remit for a significant number of businesses, 45,000 food businesses in the country. Go out and inspect them and inspect them against the COVID-19 back-to-work protocol.
And we now move to the